Hey everybody, it's Rabbi Shmuel Pollan with the Light Unto the Nations show. I hope this video finds you doing well, and we've got a big video for you today. It might take a little while, but it's extremely important. The title to this video is going to be something like, let me tell you a secret about COVID and the Messiah. And there is something behind this whole COVID business, which connects with every other tragedy that we've gone through throughout history. And we've gone through a lot of tragedy. There's something behind it, and we need to get to what's behind it to prevent it from happening again. We've had go back to the Inquisition, to the Holocaust, to 9/11, to Corona, which also killed 1 million people. And millions are dying in every single generation. Go back to the Black Plague, and it doesn't matter what generation you look at, you're going to find millions of people dying. And why does this happen? Why are we having this suffering? So the only question is, like, what's next? If we get the vaccine for the corona, does anybody believe that we're done with tragedy, that there's not going to be another 9/11, there's not going to be another corona, there's not going to be something else that we're not expecting? We know something else is coming. So what do we do about that? Well, we all want, whether we're religious or we're not religious, we realize it or we don't realize it, we want the Messiah. Because the Messiah is going to explain all the tragedies throughout history. He's going to end hunger, end war, fill the world with the knowledge of God, which will fill the world with pleasure and ecstasy. He will rebuild the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, which will have a miraculous fire coming from the sky, so everybody will be able to see that this world is miraculous and that there is a God. Even the atheists, it will be like a paradise. Everybody will be holding hands across the world, and we will all sing together, dance together. It will be a man from the lineage of King David. But the question is, who will listen to him? Who will listen to this Messiah? Because as it stands right now, if the Messiah would actually come, let's think about it. There would be two camps. There'd be a camp that's pro the Messiah and a camp that's against the Messiah. Maybe the Republicans would be pro the Messiah, maybe the Democrats would be against the Messiah, but we would definitely all break into two camps, and everybody would be in two camps, and it wouldn't work. God can't send the Messiah in this environment. It's not going to work unless we are all together, able to hold hands together and dance together and sing together, that God can bring this unbelievable flow of miracles and peace and harmony and ecstasy. He can't do that if a Messiah is going to come and we're going to break into two camps about it. So the world needs to make two major changes if we want the Messiah to actually come and end all of these problems forever and make things get just better and better and better as time goes on. The first thing we need to do is we need to unite with each other. It is a fact that the generation of Noah that got wiped out by the flood was just as evil as the generation of the Tower of Babel, the later generation. But God did not destroy the generation of the Tower of Babel, which you'll read about in the Bible, because they were united. Just as evil, but united. So the first thing we need to do is be united, even if we are evil, even if we are off track, even if we don't know what we're doing. We're not on the same page as God. But if we're united, then the Messiah can come. We have to stop all the labels: Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, nationalist, globalist, Keynesian, classical. We have to stop these labels. There is good in every single philosophy, and there is bad in every single philosophy. And our goal should be working together to maximize the good and end the bad, minimize the bad. We all want the best of both worlds. We should all be united in this. We should not have these labels. My mentor was asked by the New York Times whether he considers himself liberal or conservative, and he said, "I cannot be labeled with any label except for one, that I am an optimist." We should all be optimists and optimists about the unity that we're going to have together when we take over the world with goodness, because we're all trying to maximize the good, and we're coming up with solutions, and we're including the American population, kids, and everyone, all the geniuses that are out there are coming forth with their solutions, because we're solution oriented and we're just trying to help people. They'll come forward with their solutions, and we will have a greater country every single day because of all the new solutions that we come up with, because solutions are really not partisan. Solutions are just solutions. Nothing has to be partisan. Everything has to be just maximizing the good and minimizing the bad. So end these labels. We need to let go of these labels. And people who support one president and the other people who don't support the other president are not even talking to each other within the same family. They're disowning each other. They're saying, I have it in my family. People are saying, I can't talk to you anymore. I can't be with you anymore because you support Trump and you don't support Trump. This is preventing the redemption of the entire world. This is what's keeping tragedy going. This needs to stop. Regardless of what you feel about any issue, it should never get in the way of your flesh and blood. That's your family. That's who you are. That's everything. Family is everything. Never let it pull you apart. What you feel about the issues is an external thing. So that's the first thing. We need to unite with each other like the generation of the Tower of Babel. We can still be evil, but if we're united, the Messiah can come. But if you really want the Messiah to come and you want him to come sooner, we need to have the second thing, which is to get high off of God instead of Satan. Right now, we have a culture of people getting high off of Satan. They're getting high off of having more and more tattoos. They're getting high off of, like, Cambridge University. People are getting naked and showing off their bums, and they think that's cool. They're getting high off of getting drunk. They're getting high off of drugs, of course. They're getting high off of people abusing their own children, people raping people, domestic violence. This is all the energy of Satan. This is all the energy of the other side. This is all the energy of the negative side. It's all Satan's energy. It's what he wants us to do. He wants us to take what's easy now, what's pleasurable now, and get rid of the real good that comes later. Get rid of the real good that lasts. It's sort of like staying on a diet. Satan wants you to eat the cake, but if you give up the now, you sacrifice, because for God, you have to sacrifice. That's why the temple, they're always bringing sacrifices. You have to sacrifice that feeling that you want the cake. You sacrifice it and say, I'm not going to do it. And then later you'll have the true good, which is your body being transformed into something that you want it to be, and you will enjoy that good forever, for the rest of your life, and you will be more healthy at the same time. It's like sticking to a diet, but Satan wants you to just eat the cake now. Satan wants you to just take the drug now. Satan wants you to just have that drink now. Satan wants you to just have that tattoo now. But then there's another kind of high, the high of sacrifice, prayer, acts of kindness, thoughts of gratitude. It's harder at first. It's a sacrifice, but in the end, it makes you feel stable. It makes you feel peaceful. It makes you feel happy. And if you do it right, if you do it the way I'll teach you to do it, you can actually feel pleasure and ecstasy greater than any of those drugs that Satan has you on. But you need to be willing to make that first sacrifice and say, I have these animalistic desires, but I also have a godly soul. I have a godly soul that's infinite. I have a soul that's all powerful. I can connect to that by sacrificing the now and going for what is great eternally. So God needs to unite us, and that's really the secret behind tragedy, is that they're there to make a common enemy so that we will unite. So 9/11 happened for the same reason, because everybody saw it, and everybody was watching the same thing, and everybody was praying for the same people. We were all united, but then we lost it. It became a war. It became blaming certain people. It became a lack of unity. We have to hold on to it. When the tragedy comes, we have to hold on to the unity and let go of all of our labels. Let go of them. Then the Messiah will be able to come when we unite as we are with our flaws, and we start to remove those flaws by getting high off of God and prayer and gratitude and the learning of the Bible. to realize the truth of God, to realize that there had to be something before the Big Bang, to realize there is a force, there is a being that gives us intelligence, the intelligence that we have. So this will not work. The Messiah cannot come. God cannot bring the Messiah if everybody's going to take a side, if it's going to be a partisan issue. That will not prevent the next tragedy. The only way to prevent the next tragedy is to unite, to drop the labels, and be only, like my mentor says, an optimist. And I would add, a solution seeker. Get solutions from the people and make the quality of life of people better. That's what we need to do. That's all we need to do. We just need to unite and get high off God. And may we all do this together. May we do it soon. I know this video is not going to be seen by many people right now, but in the future, I believe this message will get out. People will come back and they will find this video and they will learn to unite and to get high off of God. And we will bring the Messiah together immediately. God bless.